Still pretty hot. It's kind of cooking my fingers a touch. I got my 2K resistor, my trusty dog, and I'm going to show you something here. Alright, let's see if this is still going. Not the Bedini, not the ugly. Oh yep, still there. Totally lost my resistor. If you look over there, that little glowing light, that is a crystal cell I already have hooked up. And it's been going for 2 hours now and nothing. Still just going strong. So that is very promising. I'm going to set this up here on my little stage and go turn on the light and find my resistor. I'll be right back. Let's see if I got a good view here. So it looks pretty good. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I have my 12 volt power supply, or in this case a battery. I'm going to put my 2K resistor on there. Alright, and I'm going to grab another lead, because I need another lead. Let's use this little guy. Put your 2K resistor on the positive end. And if you notice these little bubbles form, you're going to want to pop those a little bit, because if they raise up too high, they kind of overflow. So I pop them. They're just more, it raises your crystal up, and you kind of want your crystal to stay in the cell and not come out, right? So I pop them. Whether or not that screws up the battery or not, I don't know, but I hope not. I popped the other one and it's fine. I just got to get this while it's still warm, so I should probably do the popping in a second. So now you want your negative attached to your magnesium, which is your negatively charged plate. Let's see, I believe that would be your anode. I believe that's the anode. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about, but anyways, you hook this up. Well, hold on, set. Right? And then you want your other hook into the outside, right? And then you want to check it and make sure that there is current flowing through it. I didn't check the battery before. It's a thermoelectric battery as well as piezoelectric and stuff like that, so really it doesn't matter so much what it looks like when you first get it heated up. But what I'm going to do is switch it to 20 volts because 2 volts is too low, believe it or not. Watch out, buddy. Watch out, set. And I'm going to check the positive and the negative. Let's see if you can see that. A little more. There we go. It looks a little better. Alright, so positive and the negative. We're at 1.74. .90. There we go. That's what we want to see. Okay, so the conditioning process has begun, and basically what you're doing is just programming the cell to exchange positive and negative ions or electrons or whatever you want to call them. Between the anode and cathode. And I'm just popping some of these bubbles and compacting some of this stuff down, just because I don't want the crystal to protrude at the top heavily. So just using a little copper wire to pack it in. And check it again, and it should be climbing. I conditioned the first one I did for about a half an hour. I'll probably do the same to this. The reason why I say a half an hour is because, oops, I have it backwards, I wonder, is because giving me such a bad reading. I should use clips. What was I saying now? The reason why I say half an hour is because, son of a gun, is is tiny little alligator clip. The reason why I say half an hour is because that's when the voltage kind of finally tapers off, and it usually tapers off about 6 volts or so for the last one. And when it's at 6 volts, you know, you're sitting pretty. So I'm gonna push this down a little bit, and I'm gonna try not to disturb the cell too much more. But I do need to clip this on to where it will be clean. And I am going to unclip it. Give me a little more space to work with here. Still extremely gooey. So it's only sitting at about 2 volts right now, which actually is not a very good sign. It should be picking up higher than that, but I'll give it a little more time and see what she looks like in a little bit. And every cell is a little different too, so that might somehow play a part in what's going on here. I'll be back. Alright, back for the final little bit. I know I said I was going to do the final bit, but I'm still doing another final bit. What can I say? I like talking. I don't know. I just want to add a little more extra information and show you kind of interesting phenomenon. So one thing is, this crystal cell is still going with the jewel ringer. Pretty awesome. It's running on 4 hours now, and last time I put the leads up to it, it's actually gone up in voltage. So go figure. But this guy, I still have it going. It's been on for about an hour and a half now, and if you see, we're just reaching the 5 volt mark. Now this is really crucial, I think, in order to do this and have the voltage cap out, because then you're fully setting all of the pathways in the crystal, and that's what you really want to do. And it capped out on me for this cell over here last night at about 5.7, 5.8, somewhere in between there. I can't remember exactly what my numbers were. I think it was 5.74, I think is what it was, but I could be mistaken. But somewhere around there, about half the voltage of this battery. But anyways, I just keep watching until it stops moving up, and that's when you know it's done. And the cell fully cools, and then when you take it off, it drops pretty quickly back down to 1.7, 1.8, and then it's set. And from all the sources I have, and the people I've learned this from, that these cells last for an incredibly long time. I've heard of a couple people saying that they've had their cell running for ever since they made it, for 3 or 4 years. And John Hutchinson, I believe, says that they last for as long as you take care of them. There's some people that put water in them for a galvanic response. It gives you a little more voltage, but I don't think I'll be doing that. I'm gonna keep them dry. Also, Laser Saber has this incredible setup where he has 3 that look like they're put in series or in parallel. I'm not quite sure. He has them in tubes. He's using a different mix. I believe he uses the salt substitute borax mix, a different compound, and he's had a motor running, a little tiny, looks like a little Bedini Energizer motor, or just a little tiny pulse motor, running for, I believe he had it streaming for a couple of years, and it's pretty amazing. And I had to do it for myself to really see if this is, if there's something to this. And obviously, from my findings, it's looking pretty promising. So I will keep playing with these and share the knowledge that I find. And That's so strange. This is actually climbing really quickly now. I turned the meter on and it's climbing really quickly now. I wonder if it's has something to do with a little more current flow out of it. It's acting as a load or something. That's really unusual because it wasn't going this fast and now it's going really fast. So maybe leave your meter on when you when you charge it. Maybe that was my mistake, because I left the meter on in the first one. So any questions? Again, feel free. I'm always willing to share ideas and listen to people's advice, especially since there's so many great ideas out there. Thank you once again for watching.